So when pen test firms come out there, red teamers, they go out there and they just nuke the network and they just go right off the bat and just start firing off scans. What we come to is we want to mimic a real world attack, and we want to say, hey, you have the APT1 or whoever in your network, and they're gonna be like a Navy SEAL. They're gonna be nice and stealthy, and they're just gonna use all basic authentication Windows tools, such and such, keeping it under the radar. No, the traditional way does work in effect, but you get more coverage out of a traditional way. So you can go out, you could see the whole scope. You'll have a whole scope. You'll be able to find more vulnerabilities than your typical, your stealth engagement that we're kind of pushing towards. But then again, going with the stealth engagement, you're going to see the real world attack. You're going to see how they're really going to get in there. They're not going to go out and blast away, like we said. They're going to go out there and they're just going to go straight for the goods. They want the goods and they want to get them out without getting caught.
So I think that the takeaway should be, if you are going to have a red team exercise go on or a penetration test, that you need to first really focus on the planning and the objectives of that service. So which should be, one, do you want to identify as many vulnerabilities as possible? And if so, then maybe you're not too concerned about detective controls. But if you are concerned about detective controls, then you should be flushing out that during the planning process. And there are methodologies that we discussed that can help with actual reviewing and determining if your pen testers do have those skill sets to do a stealth pen test.
So one of the things we also see is, SCCM that will try to do, updates at, lunch when everyone's out or something, right? You can configure that to either only talk to domain computers, or you can configure that to talk to all of your subnets. So as bad guys, we just have constant packet capture running. And so SCCM comes with domain admin credentials to push out the latest updates, and boom, since they're doing it on a per subnet basis, we capture those and we'll try to crack them. So just kind of know how your software is working and limit it down to as much as you can.
We want management, we want IT, we want security, we want your basic employees just to see, hey, this is what can happen, and it's not that hard. You don't need the latest and greatest technology to find all this. It's just all about throwing in there those couple things that we recommend or that people should consider in trying to identify some of this traffic or that threat.
The most common problem we see is that management doesn't, and we're talking non-technical management, doesn't understand the results or the methodologies of a pen test. So they say, hey, we want to know, can we be broken in, right? And so they hire this firm to do this, and they don't know any of the details about it, but they get a report, and the report says, hey, we're in good shape, or we caught these bad guys, so we detect a real attack. We're great. But there's a big difference between the scale of a quality service that can be provided and just kind of getting that report done as fast as possible. And so that's the thing that we typically run into from clients.